Hi, I'm Rachel Johnson. I'm the CEO here at Cherryland Electric Cooperative, and this month I want to talk to you about a bill that's recently been introduced in the Michigan Senate that I'm very concerned about because I don't think it is in the best interest of our members. But first, let me share with you a little bit of history. Starting in 2009, Cherryland was under a state mandate to do energy waste reduction. The acronym we used to refer to that program was our EWR program. And basically the way that program worked is we were required to incentivize our members to install energy efficiency measures in their homes and businesses to the equivalent of a 1% reduction in an average of our previous 3 years' sales. So basically we had to get people putting new refrigerators, new lighting in their homes. We had to collect that data. We had to track it on a really complex spreadsheet that the state required using numbers that the state decided were valid, and then report that to the state annually to prove that we had done this 1% reduction. On the surface, energy waste reduction is a great thing. It's something we've been doing here since the 70s. The challenge with that program that we were under starting in 2009 is that it was incredibly administratively burdensome. In fact, during the 13 years we were under the program, it cost us almost $3.5 million to satisfy that state mandate. Of that $3.5 million, about 1.7 went into rebates, and the rest was all administrative costs. So when that program sunset for the co-ops, starting at the end of 2021, we were really excited. And we were excited for two reasons. One, it was going to allow us to run our program less expensively and more efficiently for our members, but also it was going to allow us to expand the types of technologies that we rebated because we were no longer tied to these very narrow and strict state mandates. So what we did last year is we worked with an engineering firm called GDS Associates, and they helped us design a very, very simple but credible way of tracking the greenhouse gas emissions impact of our rebate program. This is a more modern way of thinking about energy efficiency because right now what a lot of technologies people are interested in, they're not necessarily saving electricity. They're instead actually switching from a fossil fuel to electricity for things like electric vehicles and electric lawnmowers and air-to-air heat pumps and things like that. So we were able to incorporate those technologies plus the energy efficiency technologies into our rebate program in 2022 and track our effectiveness based on greenhouse gas reduction utilizing Cherryland's 62% carbon-free energy portfolio. At the end of 2022, using that model, we had reduced greenhouse gas emissions by 750 tons over a 3-year period of time. That's the equivalent of over 38,000 trees. What over 38,000 trees would absorb in greenhouse gas emissions, we eliminated through our rebate program, which is fantastic. And what's also really cool about it is the feedback we got from our members was overwhelmingly positive because we had aligned our program with what they wanted. And because we didn't have this really strict administrative burden, we were able to put more money into rebates. Under our new program, we were able to get more money into the hands of our members. We rebated $200,000 plus an additional $50,000 specifically for low-income households last year. That's compared to an average of $137,000 under the old mandate. The reason we were able to do that is because it is less administratively burdensome. And that's the only thing that we want for our members, is to deliver them high-value, high-quality programs at the lowest possible cost to them. This is why I am very, very disappointed to see that the Michigan legislature is considering Senate Bill 273. That bill would not only reinstitute the EWR mandate for co-ops, it would increase our target to 2%. It will be very, very difficult for us to meet that target using those very strict rules that haven't changed. It will be very costly for us to meet that target, and in order to do so, we will inevitably have to pull resources from these programs that we've developed that we know are better serving our members. And so what we are asking of the Michigan legislature is to continue to allow co-ops to design their programs in partnership with their members based on the feedback they get from their members. It's built into our DNA to do what is in the best interest of the people we serve. So let us do that. We are also asking them to make sure that any reporting requirements that they are going to impose on the co-op are simple, and can be done with very, very little administrative burden. We're more than happy to tell them what we're doing. We're really proud of what we're doing. We just don't want to have to do it under restrictions that were designed in Lansing when we have better solutions that we've designed here in partnership with our members. So as you're out and about this summer, if you run into any legislators while they're here in town for August recess or for Cherry Festival, will you please just remind them that as a Cherryland member, you own your co-op and you want to have control over the programs that your co-op offers, and that you are excited about the future of our energy program and are asking for us to continue to be allowed to offer the program we've designed and not be pulled back into that mandate. Just a reminder, that bill is Senate Bill 273. We'll have more information about this on the manager's blog on our website. Feel free to leave me a comment there or reach out to me over email if you have any questions or just want to learn more about this or discuss it. You can also find me on social media. I'm at Rachel on Energy on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will look forward to continuing this conversation with you, and thank you in advance for partnering with us to make sure that we continue to advocate for and serve the needs of our members. I'll look forward to seeing you next time.